So we can start from the beginning of the sentence. This giant ignorance, this dwarfish life, it can illumine with a prophet's sight. So these are the powers that are inherent in the mind. Mind is something which is an expression of light. So this world, this external world, has its basis in inertia, darkness, ignorance. Mind can reduce it or break it or bring in some new light. Life by itself is without much consciousness. Life is energy. Energy, but like dwarfs, are very strong. But they don't rise high. Life is like that. It's an energy. But it is the mind that will give to life an ideal. You can direct your life energy towards a goal. Otherwise, your life energy is something that simply unravels itself. So it seems like the dwarfish life. Life is strong. Life energy is pure energy. But if it is guided by some kind of consciousness, if it is guided by some ideal, it can be channelized towards the achievement of some greater fulfillment. So this, it can illumine with a prophet's sight. Prophet's sight is not knowledge, it is vision. You can break out of the bondage to darkness, to ignorance, and to see that the whole universal play has been worked out, is a plan. And the plan is manifestation progressively of more and more consciousness. So the prophet sees the new consciousness, the new manifestation that is waiting to express itself. That is the journey. This worldly existence is a journey of consciousness. So if you have that kind of mind that says, this is an intermediary stage, we are moving towards something beyond this stage. That is what the prophet is. The prophet sees what is not visible yet, is what is behind the screen. We call it the future. But that future is already pre-existent, it is already there. He can see that that is where we are heading, that being light, truth, divinity, perfection. That is the goal of the whole journey of existence. Invoke the bacchic rapture, the fury's goad, in our body arouse the demon or the god. You get the image of, we said, the god Bacchus. He's not only the god of wine, in the occult language, the god of divine intoxication. When you're completely intoxicated, like we have in our Indian tradition, the image of the Soma wine that the Vedic gods used to take. That means where mind and reason and logic are replaced by something that has filled you with the delight of existence. Rapture really means to be carried away. Rapt is a kind of, as if you are kidnapped, you are carried away by a divine delight. Like when you are drunk, there the thinking, clarity of the mind is replaced by waves of joy or waves of ananda, as he puts in one of his beautiful sonnets. Himself, he gets this experience. He says, I'm drunken with the glory of the Lord. He's completely possessed by that. It's not something that is quiet, calm, balanced, logical. That is why there is a certain magic in the world of the experience of Yes, we just started. That is the delight of existence. Behind the play of mind and thought, behind the play of simple energy of life, behind the manifestation of form, of inertia, there is the whole plan of perfection that is really an expression of the divine creative Ananda. So here, the poet, the seer, often is swept away by that Ananda, to see beauty, to see joy, to see the play of his consciousness in all things. That is the greater mind. Seeing is knowing. Knowing not with the thought, knowing by direct contact, by identity. So in our body, arouse the demon or the god. Sorry, go back. It can illumine with the prophet's sight. Invoke the bacchic rapture, the fury's goad. He uses the word bacchic in both senses. That intoxication can be something that makes us lose our balance. It can give that ananda, but the whole play of manifestation is supported by equilibrium, by balance. That is lost. So all these are different manifestations of the play of mind. The fury's goad, the sense of power, of anger, of the forces that want to avenge what is really considered wrong. Wrong is again a sense of disbalance. Something has been as if taken to the other side. Justice is equilibrium. The fury will re-establish justice by avenging the wrong that has been done. That has been the power of vengeance always. Those who take revenge are not simply instruments of anger. That has been a very ancient notion, the sense of justice. Justice is blind. The god of justice, the goddess of justice wears a bandage on her eyes. There's no preference, there is no choice, there is only a force that re-establishes justice. So these are the powers that are there in the notion, ideals of the mind, justice and joy and rapture and power and knowledge. All these that keep the universal play going. If we are conscious, if we are aware that the universe is a play of different forces all the time, then we can open to those forces that really breaks us out of or takes us out of our littleness, because we are usually concerned only with our little selves, our little worlds, our little egos. We can break down the walls of the ego, call in the Omniscient and Omnipotent. The divine forces can fill the human nature. That's the whole change that can happen in certain moments of the human experience. A human being is not just a human being. There are some who are as if possessed by another power that fills their being, because they become, you might say, channels of other forces. So it is just an opening in the being and the consciousness when we allow these universal forces to flow through us, and having flowed through us, manifest them in action, in thought, in speech. And that is what is part of the nature of mind. In its own plane, a shining emperor, even in this rigid realm, mind can be king. Rigid realm of matter. Mind can dominate the world of matter. The logic of its demigod idea, in the leap of a transitional moment, brings surprises of creation never achieved. And that is how we proceed. Even in the world of manifestation, there is progress. And part of the progress is a continuous quest for new discoveries, new inventions, new possibilities of manifestation. And that is when, with the help of the mind, one breaks the resistance of the present form of matter and works towards the expression of something that is of a greater, higher, more beautiful level with the help of mind in the rigid realm. Like you, for instance, you're trying to make a lake where there was none. There was no lake. You're breaking the whole play of the world of ground, soil, matter at its densest and creating that which was not there, trying to establish a world of a new possibility, manifesting a new possibility. This is just an example, but in every field it is that. Always with the help of a new conception, a new idea, to attempt to manifest that which has not yet been made and create a new expression, a new perfection. And that is the progress that man makes, whether it's even in the world of science, in the world of thought, in the world of life, in our daily life. If we put before ourselves ideals, goals, and you say we have to become, even in our inner life, free of the falsehood, free of darkness, free of the things that are contrary to light, which we contain these elements with the help of our mental concentration. First, look at ourselves, see what is within us that is not luminous, and there is plenty. There is so much that is not luminous. So this is part of the yoga. You look at ourselves, see what has to be rooted out. It has to be eliminated. It won't go in a very automatic way. So we have to work on it. This is part of different forms of yoga. The yoga of even the pranayama and the asanas that we do, they are in the body to establish a kind of peace, a widening of receptivity when the body becomes capable of receiving a new energy of quietness, of strength, not of disturbance. All this can be done, and it is part of the Raja Yoga, yoga of the mind. So, in the leap of a transitional moment, brings surprises of creation never achieved, even by matter's strange unconscious skill. Matter is very creative. She has done such wonderful things. You take simply the original nature of matter, which is form, where that form has expressed itself out of formless energy. At the beginning there was no form. What a skill! Creating form out of formlessness, creating density and inertia and stability out of that which is constantly flowing. It is... Come here. Come in front, come in front. না এখানে বসো, সামনে বসো. So she has the skill. Matter is very skillful. She's taken this formless energy, she has made forms that are continuously more and more complex, more and more varied. You just don't get a simple form. The world of life comes out of the world of form. You have, say, unicellular life, which becomes complex, varied. Who does it? Matter does it. Nobody steps forward to do it. There is no creator. Or within the world of matter, there is a creator. There is a conscious creator who is working out this play of more and more complexity, more and more variety, so that part of that variety is out of create to manifest life where there was no life. Slowly to manifest mind where there was no life, no mind until then. So it is very strange that things which we take for granted as normal, as natural, they are all part of a world of change. And if you look carefully, each form of change is a miracle. We call it a miracle because we don't understand the process. How did this happen? How did life come out of that which was lifeless? Who made life come out? We don't know. Who made mind, the instrument of thought, of clarity, seeking for knowledge, seeking for understanding, in a living being, a living creature, whether it's a plant or even in an animal? There is a mind in the animal, but the mind in the animal is not the abstract mind. The animal wants to survive, will do anything to survive, but the animal doesn't understand the purpose of survival. Doesn't ask, why are we on earth? Man can. He doesn't always do so. We all also want to survive. But if we are human beings who are purely intellectual, you say, what for? Why is this need to survive? At any cost, to live. The mind will try to explain. You have to come to the fullness of manifestation of your possibilities. It will open up all sorts of possibilities. And each possibility is one expression of perfection. So she is like a demigoddess. She fills us with new openings of conscious light, gradually. There are those minds which are not like that. They are the average mind. Those other minds which thirst for light, for knowledge, they want to break out of the activity of mind which is there only to guide your daily life, but seek to find a new way of life, a new possibility. Then it becomes something that pushes us towards a new existence, a new mode of being. And that is why he says, on the margin of great immaterial planes, in kingdoms of an untrammeled glory of force, where mind is master of the life and form, and soul fulfills its thoughts by its own power, she meditates upon mighty words and looks on the unseen links that join the parted spheres. This is the power of the creative mind, where on the margin of great immaterial planes, not the world of form, but the world of thought, abstract form. It is a form, but it is abstract. It's not dense. Thought has a form. It is a formation. Therefore, because it doesn't have a material force, it is untrammeled. Trammels are when it is really bound, tied. Because the body, for instance, is our cage. Your mind will say, I want to do this, but your body says, I can't. Because it is trapped in a world of material, you might say, mold. But if you live only in the world of thought, the material mold is not there. The mind is free to move in all directions, to envisage new things, to have imagination, to have vision, to have creativity, which is not constantly restricted by material conditions. We live in our bodies. The body has its restrictions. So you can want to, you do hope, you do dream to have something, to live for something higher, but often the body fails. Says, I can't do this is too much, this is too difficult. But the mind does not accept that. It should be possible. So it's that which breaks us out of the bondage to the lower creation. Because that which restricts you, ties you down. You are a prisoner of your body, you are a prisoner of your life energy slowly decreases. The mind is free to move, to really dare, to imagine, to create.
What exactly is the meaning of untrammeled?
Trammeled is when you're like prison, the chains. So untrammeled is unchained.
And in just the line before, marching of the great immaterial planes is talking of
Beyond immaterial planes, from the world of matter to the worlds of form which are not tied to the world of shape. You see, shape is matter. Form is some kind of a formulation. So thought can have a formulation, it should. Otherwise it doesn't really have any purpose. I have a purpose, I have a thought, I have a dream. So like Mother also says, I have a dream. She built the ashram, she had a dream. She wrote about it long, long ago. The dream has to become reality. It has to be manifested. It has to be put into form. But first you have to have the dream. And then you give it a form. So in the world of dreams, there are no impossibilities. You can dream on. In all the worlds, dream all sorts of wonderful things. Fortunately, it is this that makes man go forward. All his great dreams, not that he achieves them immediately, but these dreams invite him to go ahead. That is how he starts the life divine. To dream of God, of light, of freedom, of immortality. None of these we have. But we have had the dream, the earliest preoccupation of man. They are the earliest preoccupation of man. And they promise to be the last. Because once you have achieved that, you enter into a new mode of existence. Free from ignorance, free from ego, free from inconscience. So this, somewhere in the being, man knew that it should be possible. Mankind has always known it should be possible. It has not been realized. We still are slaves of ignorance. We are trapped by imperfection. But the dream remains. So this is untrammeled, completely. Where mind is master of the life and form, and soul fulfills its thoughts by its own power, she meditates upon mighty words and looks. These are the great mantras, the great visions, the words in the sense, every word is a power. It's a projection of a thought which has been made specific. Every word has behind it, if it is consciously uttered, a specific force. You have formulated a thought in a sound. It's not just sound, it's a vibration. Sound is a vibration. Word is a vibration. That word has gone out into space. That word will move through space and time. Space is the field of manifestation. So when Sri Aurobindo says, the word has power, it is a force of energy that has been put into the atmosphere. it has become a vibration, and therefore we have to be perhaps specially careful about the kind of words we put into expression. Sometimes it creates the sense of disharmony, because the words are spoken unconsciously, very often thoughtlessly, with anger or hate. That projection of the lower emotions is behind my words. It creates unnecessarily a world of confusion, of darkness. Therefore, the nature of word, vak, that is the meaning of the word. Vak is Vani. Vani is Saraswati. And where did Saraswati come from? From Brahma, the lotus. And what was she holding? Not just the lotus. In one of her hands she was holding the Veda, knowledge. That is what she is. That is what word is. Word is power, a power of knowledge, of a new manifestation. If behind the word there is a divine, you might say, inspiration. That is why Saraswati is a goddess of divine inspiration. She meditates upon mighty words and looks on the unseen links that join the parted spheres. The parted spheres, matter is different from life is different from mind, and yet it's one continuous, gradual unfolding of consciousness. Slowly, consciousness is a breaking out of total dullness through form of thought, of body and life and mind. And if it has come thus far, why should it not go farther? The play of manifestation of consciousness is still incomplete. No play stops halfway. But that is why Sri Aurobindo speaks of the whole state of man, who is basically a mental being, though he is also a vital and a physical and below the physical being. Man is a transitional being. He is incomplete, because the manifestation of consciousness has not yet happened. But first you have to have that ideal, that it is towards that perfection, that absoluteness, that completeness. Even as a mental being, I'm not always mental. That's intellectual. I'm not intelligent. Very often I allow passion and desire and violence or inertia, resistance, all the things that drag me down to take over my existence. We fall back again and again, therefore, into the realm of darkness and death. It's not that we are always moving towards the light. It's a slope, as Sri Aurobindo says. We are moving up a slope, the ascending slope. But the slopes can be pretty risky. You slide down. You go up and you slide down, and that is what we've been doing all this. For the millions of years, we go up and we come down, we go up and because the downward pull is there. The upward call is there. But the upward call is created by this force. When you go down, it's also helpful in a way. You end up being, I hope, disgusted with being down. Why am I this? Why am I a brute? Am I a brute? Am I a monster? Am I a piece of inert matter? Should I not be capable of more? That day something happens. You say, no, then I will not stay down, I'll go up. It takes time. It takes thousands of years, but the effort is there. So, that kind of person who is aware that there is a power of evolution and change comes with the one in whom the opening to light is more. And that is the word initiate. In the next line, you have the word initiate. Initiate is not someone who has started something. Yes, he has, but an initiate is one who has a certain, as if deeper secrets of a spiritual mystery of knowledge has been given to him. He has been given initiation, which we call Diksha. It is not given to all, but there are minds that are dissatisfied with just being thinking instruments. Mind opens to something that is beyond the mind. That is the very nature of mind. The highest nature of mind is that kind of mind that accepts to open to something above the mind, to move on. So thence to the initiate who observes her laws. Here, her is mind. Sorry, not mind. Thence to the initiate who observes her laws. The laws here, the secret nature. Secret nature, the force of evolution. This is that secret nature's edge of might. That is the secret nature that is at work in all things, behind all things, that power of evolution, that power of growth, that power of change, that uses the mind at a certain stage, so that with the help of the mind you don't remain completely a vital creature or a physical being. So this power of evolution, this Shakti, which is actually that which is the gift given to man. So that person who is aware that with the help of mind I can contribute my own evolution. I can hasten my evolution, to accelerate the process. Nature does the evolution, she takes her time. But if I am a seeker, I speed up the process. By conscious participation, I look at myself, I can move faster upwards. So thence to the initiate who observes her laws. Her laws is the secret nature. She brings the light of her mysterious realms beyond the world of mind. We go from one level to the next. Here where he stands, he, the initiate, yes, he is the higher man, the mind that belongs to the world of the Muni. Not quite the Rishi yet, but the one who has a certain opening to a world of a wider, higher, more open manifestation of consciousness. Therefore he is often quiet. He is not disturbed so easily. He is quiet because he realizes that this is a world that is at work, a power in the world that is at work. Evolution is a force that is at work, trying to raise us out of the lower existence towards a higher state of experience. If I observe those laws, that means if I participate in my aspiration, by a constant concentration, I really attempt to break out of the smallness of my consciousness. Thence to the initiate who observes her laws, the laws of this power of change, of growth, of manifestation. She brings the light of a mysterious realm. Above the mind you have the higher mind, the illumined mind, the intuitive mind, the mind of light, the overmind. There are so many planes progressively rising up to the highest level of manifestation of what will ultimately be the supermind. Plane after plane. Here where he stands, this initiate, or this greater human being, his feet on a prostrate world, his feet on a prostrate world that he has mastered, he is not a slave of the world of matter anymore. Otherwise we are bound by the laws of the body, we are bound by the desires and passions of the vital. But it's like saying my feet are on this world, that means I take my stand on this world. It's not that I give up this world. Sri Aurobindo's yoga is not that. It's not a yoga where you give up your connection with the world of manifestation and withdraw into the world of pure abstract light and thought. No, your feet are on the ground. But it is as if it is your empire. The world becomes the empire of your consciousness. That is part of what Mother is always referring to. The world of manifested matter is essentially a world where light is waiting to emerge. And if there is, it is already there. Hidden in every cell, in every atom, it is there. It is trapped in the world of inertia. It has to be brought out. The one who has the knowledge of bringing out that light out of the darkness, to manifest it in body and life, in action and thought, in everything. His feet is on this prostrate world. His mind no more cast into matter's mold. That is the whole thing. Otherwise, our mind has a certain home in us, which is the brain. The brain is the medium, and it is matter. It has, I don't know, several million neurons and whatnot, but all the same, it is something finite. Whereas the world of truth is infinite. How much, how far can we expand our niche notion of conception, of imagination, of consciousness? Usually you say, more than this my brain can't. You get tired if you read too much of very, very profound philosophy. You say, my brain is tired. It has its rules. It has its limits. Even in the best of us, you say, no, I want to go to sleep. I want to rest. I can't really deal with these things anymore. But if I am not a slave of the body, brain is part of my body. It is an organ. It has its laws. It has its limits. If I am not a slave of the body, because it is my consciousness that is mastering the body. That is the whole thing. You master the body with the power of your consciousness. The body does not master you. The brain masters us, the body masters us. As we are today, it's always mastering us. Say, I can't do this, I'm tired, I can't do this, I'm incapable. I can, if I am in, how can I? Only if I am in touch with the source of all consciousness. That makes me a kind of a channel. And it passes through the being to manifest itself in the external world. To let that force, the creative, universal creative force of consciousness, of the divine, to use man as the medium. It is only in man, the medium to bring about a new creation, a new possibility. It is when you are no longer cast in matter's mold. Over their bounds in spurts of splendid strength. In the beginning it is in spurts, from time to time. You are inspired now and then. You are full of aspiration for a long time, very sincere, but not constantly. You get tired, you fall back. The journey is not in a straight line. Nothing in nature moves in a straight line. Everything moves in cycles and curves and waves. You go up to come down, you go down to go up again. And this is the whole play. Why do we have to keep on coming down? Perhaps there's a purpose. We have to take what is down, we have to take it up. Take the darkness into which we fall back. Take it up with us so that it goes up toward the world of light. The body's density, the body's dullness, the inconscient, the subconscient, they are often not at all really receptive to light. To lift all that up again and again, so some centuries of toil, that is what the Universal Mother has been doing. That's why she keeps on throwing us down, so that we can lift up from below all the energy that is trapped below. Because deep below is all the source of energy. That has to go up. So it is that she carries their magician processes. She, that secret nature. This is a magician process. And the formulas of their stupendous speech. Till heaven and hell become purveyors to earth. The lower worlds and the higher worlds blend. It is this world of life, this world of matter, that is on earth, where the highest worlds can manifest in the body. There is a very beautiful, the last stanza of a beautiful poem by Aurobindo, Heaven and Hell, where this sense of the human nature, even in rags I am a god, fallen I am divine. So it is this, that to be part of this lowest creation is something that is a blessing also. Because we are in touch with this world of, we don't escape the world of darkness. The darkness is the home of hidden light. It has to be brought out of that. So they, as if they contribute to the perfection of the life on earth, and the universe, the slave of mortal will. So this is the field of manifestation. Man is the master of the field of manifestation.
What is purveyors to earth?
Earth, earthly life. Heaven, hell, earth. You make 3 levels, isn't it? The world above, which is far from matter, when there is no density, it is pure light. Hell is only density and darkness. Earth is in between. Man is part of both. A mediatrix with veiled and nameless gods. All kinds of powers can flow through man, become his instruments. If you open your mind, if you open your inner being, not just your mind, behind your mind, all the capacities of vision, of imagination, of creativity, you see that I am like in the hands of all kinds of forces. There are those minds that receive. They don't create, they receive. They receive inspiration from elsewhere. But that mind doesn't interfere. Other minds interfere. Say, I'm not possible, I'm getting these ideas, they are not right, they are impossible, they are stupid, because the logical thought becomes all important, and when the creative mind is there, filling us with all kinds of dreams, the logical mind says, this is not sensible, this is impossible, you should not think of these things. Think of immortality, this is not possible. And yet one of man's first dreams is immortality. What did the asuras do? What did they want? They wanted immortality. They were great sadhaks. They used to pray for immortality. So it is as if in the force of life, because they are beings of life, they ask for immortality. Without putting that immortality at the service of a greater consciousness, that is what makes them asuras. They want that power for the service of their egos. But it is a concentration of power. So this is the world. A mediatrix with veiled and nameless gods, whose alien will touches our human life. Imitating the world magician's ways, she invents for her self-bound free will its grooves, and feigns for magic's freaks a binding cause. A binding cause is something that has to be. It has to be, but impossible dreams, impossible hopes, you say, is magical. It's not. Everything is magical. If we look carefully, every change is magical. We call it magic because we don't see how things happen. We don't know how one stage or state of experience leads to the next. We don't have the connecting link. So you say it is magic. It is a binding cause, he says, it has to be. So the change of the human into the divine is part of that same pattern. To grow into, from the humanity of to which we are bound today, to a divinity which is our essence, is something that has to be. But if you become an expression of divinity, you will be told this is miraculous. Well, yes, it does not fit into our notion of what is logical. So you call it magic. So she feigns. This secret nature feigns, she pretends for her self-bound free will. You see, it's a play of opposites. Freely she has bound herself. She has accepted to play within the limits of the present state. She, who is the creative force in the universe, has accepted to be bound to the laws of the smallness of the field of consciousness. In every atom, which is a small field of consciousness, she says, okay, I'll play in this field. She accepts to play in the world of the human ego, which is very demanding. Its walls are very hard. The force is there to work, to break down the walls. Everywhere she's working. But she has accepted to be imprisoned in the walls of ignorance, in the walls of inertia. It is not that she will withdraw from this world. She is here in the world of manifestation, and it is for this that this world of manifestation has been created, to realize, not realize in the sense to make real that which is not just possible, but is going to happen. She is the one who is doing the work, and she is the one who is doing it in man. This universal force of nature, she is the mother after all. She is the mother of all creations. Okay. The next sentence is very long. Archana should stop. It is a very long sentence because it shows how she works in the world of things that are incomprehensible to us. So there are words here that are also incomprehensible. Like we have the word like grammary, which has nothing to do with grammar, by the way. Grammary is the world of magic, witchcraft, secret knowledge. It's not the strict world of the syntactical grammar that tells you that this word should be followed by this word and it should be conjugated in this tense and this manner. Grammar there's a play of hidden forces that are there behind the world of appearances. So inconscience is the world of magic. From creating light out of darkness. She's a wizard. Okay, we'll read this next time.